Hello Sparkles! Today I'm going to do a Q&A answering some of your questions. Don't forget to give it a giant thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to do a Q&A whilst I do my hair because why not? And you guys have asked a few questions and sometimes I get the same questions, so I figured I'd answer them in one video. And the first question is someone wanted to know if I use heat product in my hair. Now I'm gonna be real with you, I don't. I only straighten my hair twice a week. So every time I wash my hair every 3 days. So I straighten it and then I wash it, I let it air dry and then I straighten it. And I don't use heat product, and the reason is because my hair, I have like naturally oily hair. And I felt like when I was using a heat product, my hair would just feel more oily and gross, and I just never liked it. My hair would never, So I don't use heat product, but maybe I should, even though I don't really like it, and I think that it's gross. But I do wash my hair, like, every 3 days, so I think that that's fine. So, like, that's twice a week, so, and I don't straighten it in between those days, so that's why sometimes my hair can look a bit crazy. Also, yes, I did lose my hair last year, so that is why my hair is looking a bit wild at the top. I do try and straighten that bit, but sometimes it doesn't really work because I don't have fully straight hair. My hair is not naturally straight, as you can see right now. This is my natural hair, doing nothing to it. So that's why I have the hair the way I have, is because I lost my hair last year, and I know that people want to know why I lost my hair. I was in Ireland last year, my brother was sick, and he actually got me sick. I don't actually know how, because I wasn't, I was with him every day, but I wasn't, like, in close, we were in, like, the same room, but we weren't, like, very close to each other. Like, I don't, like, I wasn't even standing that close to him, because, I don't want to get sick. So I was keeping my distance, but that didn't work clearly, because we were in, like, the same room, and it was, like, a really small room, so, I mean, yeah. Anyway, so I got very sick, and I wasn't really eating that much, and that's why, and then I did come back to Australia, and my hair started falling out when I was in Australia, when I came back home from being in Ireland, and yeah, there was like a week where I was eating cheese and Yakult, and yes, there's no iron in any of that, so that's probably why. They didn't tell me how low my iron was, but I was losing so much hair that I did think my hair was going to fall out. But now it is no longer falling out, and so now it's just growing back, and it's getting thicker and a lot more healthy, so I'm very happy about it, and so that's why my hair looks like that. Also, someone wanted to know if I'm a cat or dog person. I am not. I used to be a dog person, but dogs are a lot more work than cats. But I definitely would get a dog, but I don't think I would get a dog until I have my own home, have my own life. I have kids, maybe. I would get a cat before I'd get a dog, probably, but I don't know. I've never lost a cat before, ever. I still have my cat. My cat's like almost 18 years old, and she's still happy. She's amazing. I love her, and I love my dog, and I did get my dream dog. I got a 𝒸𝒽𝒾𝓈, which I would never get a male dog ever again, and that's only for the fact that he was a bit crazy. And we couldn't really take him on walks. Like, we could, but my mom had to be there because he was very pulley, and he would try to go at people if they got too close. He was a bit aggressive. Not, like, towards us or, like, towards anyone, but it was just towards people he didn't really know. So that was a little scary to walk. It was very scary, so I couldn't walk him by myself. And we also had a golden retriever, which I loved, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't get a dog until I have my own house, until I'm settled and stuff. And I also, like, I wouldn't get an animal until anyway, I don't really know. So in that question, I'm kind of both, but losing my dog was the most devastating thing I've ever had to go through. It was actually quite traumatizing because of the way I lost him. I lost my dog, Oscar, my little dog. I lost him from a tick bite, and we looked everywhere. Like, we found a tick on my dog, Bailey, and it was underneath his tail, and we didn't know that, and the vet said, oh, he has a heartwormer. I don't think it's a tick bite at all. I think it's just a heartwormer. No, it was a tick bite, because we had to take him back the next day, and he was very, very sick. And then we had to take him to the vet hospital, which they actually didn't do. I don't recommend that place. Anyway, because my mom was like, oh, ring us if there's any problems throughout the night. They never rang us, but then they said, oh yeah, we tried to ring you and you never answered. Girl, my mom had nothing. My mom didn't even have a voicemail. She didn't even have anything from them saying that they rang us. There was no, like, missed phone call or anything. So they didn't try to ring us. And, yeah. And then when they had to put him down because he was too sick and they couldn't save him anymore, yeah, they didn't even do anything. They just was like, and they were going to do it. And my mom was like, please stop and wait. And I literally was telling them, oh, please don't do this. Like, I literally tried to beg them, but it didn't work anyway. And the scary thing is, it was literally a year from the day that we lost my dog Bailey. It was a year, the same week. But we lost Bailey from she had like a lump. And Bailey was old. So, old age. Let's put it down. Anyway, she stopped walking and eating and stuff. And her life she wasn't happy anymore. And yeah, she was in some pain. Another one that I always get, so those are like the main. The other one is, how old am I? I'm 21. And then people always want to know if I'm ever going to move out. And yeah, eventually, I would love to move out. But I live in Sydney, so it's very expensive and very hard to move out. And I actually don't know anybody that's moved out unless you're in uni accommodation. I know like one person that's in uni accommodation. Maybe another one, but it's because she lived far away from uni and that's why. So like none of my friends have moved out. No one around me has moved out in like my age group. So I feel like in Australia it's quite common to stay home for longer, and then also like uni and stuff is expensive. So I don't really know when I'm gonna move out. My brother was 23, so maybe if I have enough money by 23, I have like no idea. But my brother did get very lucky because he is living in like a granny flat situation. So there was like a man that like works like that plays golf, and like he put out this thing saying he wanted like 2 people to like move in downstairs because he lives alone. And yeah, and then my brother, and it was actually very cheap, surprisingly. Like, it's very reasonable. Like, if it was any more, I don't think my brother would have ever moved out, at least not this soon. So my brother got very lucky, and I feel like it's very hard to come by places like that. It's also very close to where we live. So yeah, anyway, I do feel like I want to move out, but I don't know when. And so I feel like it's to the Americans, because there are people in America, I don't know how you do this, but people in America move out as like when they're 18. And I feel like people in Australia, we don't really do that. We kind of stay home for longer, which is a common thing here. Anyway, at least that's what I do. If you come from like a wealthy family, maybe not, I don't know. But who knows? Anyway, I hope that answers some of the questions. So right now, I'm not currently planning on moving out right now, and I don't have any plans. I don't know when, I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but I don't know when I'm moving out, so yeah. And I am 21. A lot of people do not know. Another question I always get is, how tall am I? I am 4'9". I actually stopped growing when I was in year 5, so I was about 11. I was about 11, maybe 12 when I stopped growing. So yeah, I haven't grown since I was in primary school. Another question is what hair straightener do I use? I use this one, the Revlon. I actually got it from JB Hi-Fi, and I love it. It's very amazing. It also comes with like a travel case, so if you travel, you can like take it with you, and I love it. The heat that it goes up to is 220, 230, and I really, really like it. 230 Celsius. I don't know what it is otherwise. I think it's Celsius. But yeah, I love it. No, that wouldn't be Celsius. I have no idea what that would be. Fahrenheit? I have no idea. I was going to put this video into a vlog, but now I've realized that I've gone over 10 minutes. So I guess this is going to be its own separate little video. And yeah, I did tell you guys that I was going to do a Q&A, so I hope this helps. I hope that you guys have been informed. Also, I want to tell you guys, because I know that I also want to answer this question, is did I like school? I actually did like high school. I did. And yeah, the reason why I'm not at uni or didn't choose to go to uni is because I couldn't go to uni. And the reason why I couldn't go to uni is because I was in learning sport. And I want to say that I don't have like a fully, like I don't have like an actual well, okay, let me re-explain, because people are going to be like, how did you get into learning sport if you don't have a diagnosis? I did get diagnosed with very mild special needs. So I did need help in high school and primary school. I needed help with learning. And because I struggled with like math. And I know that people are like, ugh. So that's why I was able to get into learning sport, because I did get diagnosed with mild special needs. And I just needed extra help at school. But throughout the days, I actually don't need help. Like, I'm by myself. All by So day to day, I don't really need help, because if I need help with spelling, now I just use I use Google or my phone. And so yeah, so I can be by myself all day. So I don't need help with that. It's just learning at school. I struggled with learning. And I also want to say that that's fine. You shouldn't be embarrassed that you needed help at school. You shouldn't be embarrassed that you had a help teacher helping you. That shouldn't be something that you're embarrassed about. You should be grateful that you are getting the help that you deserve, because everyone deserves help. Not everyone is going to be as smart as their friends, and that's okay. That's completely fine. You shouldn't feel embarrassed about it. So yeah, I also want to say that the other reason is I wasn't able to do my HSE, which is like the last exams you do in high school. I obviously did get my high school certificate because I did finish high school. So I did get the high school certificate. I just didn't get my HSE, which is like the exam you do at the end of year 12. You do like this big exam to get yourself into high school, to get yourself into uni. And also, I didn't really want to go to uni. I did do TAFE. I'm doing certificate 4 in business administration, but I'm actually hoping I don't have to use my certificate. That's just kind of like a backup plan if social media doesn't work, which I really hope it does, because I love social media and social media has been my passion. And another thing is, how did I get into social media? I've always wanted to do social media for like the longest time. It was YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I never really thought about TikTok ever. I never thought about doing it up until 2019, when everyone was talking. I think it was either 2019 or 2018, when I was private until 2021. So yeah, just my friends were like and the people that I went to school were the only people that followed me. And yeah, I did it because everyone was talking about VSCO Girl. I'm not sure what year that was, and I was a watcher for like a few months, or I was a watcher for a minute there, and then I decided, okay, no, I'm just going to get into some of the trends and stuff. And at the time I was 14, I think, when I started making those videos. Very awkward. And yes, no, the account is no longer, because I did get banned when I went public in 2021, because they thought that I was under the age of 13. I was not. I was about 16. Anyway, I ended up making my new account the same name as my old account, and that's why I never got my old account back, because they thought that my old account was my new account, and I got confused. And you know what? That's fine, because some of the videos, it's just the style of 2019. If you can go back and remember the style of 2019, yeah. But I do have to say, I was glad that I wasn't public until 2021, because I was older, and I'm so glad that I was a bit older when I went public. I'm glad I didn't go public so young. But yeah, that's how I did it. And so I'm really hoping, and yes, my dream job is social media, because I love filming, I love editing, I love the community that I've made through social media. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful that you come back every single day. So don't forget to give it a giant thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, comment, share, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I hope I answered some of your questions.